As many of you guys know, I recently got a puppy from RGR Malinois. Awesome puppy. Great personality, awesome temperament, very drivey. I'm very excited about his progress. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've been doing with him. Now, this isn't my first puppy. I'm not new with working dogs. This is something I've been working on for a while. This is something I've done a number of times. And I wanted to kind of give you some tips on things that I've found helpful for me in my journey as I've been learning these things, and things that I know people could use as well. So I decided to make a video and break it down so that it makes sense to you guys as well. So number one, with any puppy, whether it's a working puppy or a pet puppy, really even any dog, potty training has got to be a priority. Okay, when you get this puppy, you're getting it at maybe 8 weeks of age, maybe 12 weeks of age, maybe 14 weeks of age, maybe 6 weeks of age. Whenever you get that puppy, priority number one has got to be potty training. It will be very difficult to enjoy this puppy if it builds bad habits from the beginning. By bad habits, I mean peeing and pooping in its crate. Now, normally puppies don't want to do this. Dogs in general don't want to do this. Dogs in general are clean animals unless they were raised in very filthy, irresponsible environments such as puppy mills. Okay, if that puppy spends the first 5-6 weeks of its life in an environment where it has no choice but to pee and poop in its environment, it's going to be a dirty dog. Okay? Hopefully that's not the case. So potty training is priority. What I do with every puppy I get is I will set my timer, and I'm willing to every single hour taking that puppy out. I'll actually set my timer for 1 hour, and every hour I'm going to take that puppy out. At night, what I'm going to do is at 7 p.m., that's the last meal, the last bit of water that they're going to drink, and then I'm going to take that puppy a couple of times before 10 or midnight, and then I'm gonna get up at least twice in the middle of the night, depending on how young that puppy is. So every 2 hours I'll get up real quick, take the puppy out, potty break, bring it back inside, and then as the days go by, you get to know the puppy's schedule, then you can take the puppy out like once in the middle of the night. The puppy I have right now, I had him since he was 8 weeks of age. I've had him for a couple of weeks now, and at this point, I'm at a stage where I don't have to get up in the middle of the night. He's fine, just sleeping through the night, but I still will give him one last potty break at midnight, and then I will get him out for a potty break like at 6 in the morning. So potty training and crate training is priority, okay? So I'm gonna go to crate training now. Every puppy needs to spend time in a crate. I know some of you guys might not like the idea of crates. I've heard people tell me that they don't believe in crates. It baffles me. Crates are there to help you and help the dog. They keep the dog out of trouble. Dogs are animals, especially puppies. They're young dogs. They're gonna be exploring. They're very curious. They're gonna use their mouths for everything. And this can be dangerous even to them. Puppies can eat things that are not healthy for them, that could get them in trouble. So crate training is just simply a priority. Okay, you're not going to be able to supervise this dog every single second of its life for the rest of its life. So you have to be realistic, and you have to set that puppy up for success by crate training it. So crate training and potty training, they go hand in hand. They should go hand in hand. Another thing too with puppies is you have to let them spend time by themselves. One huge mistake that I see people make all the time with puppies is they carry that puppy everywhere they go. Everywhere. They go to bed with that puppy, they get up with that puppy. That puppy's just on their arms the entire time. I know it's cute, they're adorable, they're sweet, but you have to let them spend time with themselves. This is where crate training, once again, is very helpful. Okay, you have to let them spend time by themselves. If you can set a room separate from you, separate from your house, maybe your garage, maybe a closet, I mean it, like literally a closet or a garage, put the puppy in that room with the crate, obviously, that way it's out of trouble, and put that puppy there for like a couple of hours, a few hours, or even throughout the day. Obviously, take the puppy out. Don't leave it in the crate the entire time. The puppy should also spend time outside. It needs to be a puppy. It needs to be a dog. It needs to explore. It needs to learn things. So you should train that puppy. I know people are not as obsessed about dog training as I am. So I would say have the puppy spend time outside and give it at least one training session per day, minimum. That training session doesn't have to be formal. It could be clicker training. It could be luring. It could be anything that is constructive and that is productive to that dog's life, okay? But at least once a day. And then throughout the day, let it spend time outside, supervise it, let it explore, properly socialize. By socialize, I don't mean let everybody touch your puppy, but I mean expose your puppy to the environment, to the world. Take it to places where it can engage with you and experience the environment at the same time. While we're on the topic of training, what I've been doing with this puppy is I've been training it at minimum twice a day, minimum. Okay, he's eating twice a day, and I am dragging his meals to even 3 times a day. Every time he trains, he's eating. So he's training, he's eating. So meal times are one-on-one time. Okay, this is what I do to socialize him, to have him explore the environment where I am the most important thing in the world for that puppy, because I have his food, and the environment just happens to be there in a non-threatening manner. So that is a very useful thing to do when you manage the food and when you train. I've been doing a lot of other things with him. I've been doing a lot of opposition reflex. If you follow my channel, you've seen some of the videos that I've already posted with him. I'm exposing him to a bunch of things that he is going to see later on in a very, very passive and non-threatening manner. This is a prospect for PSA, Protection Sports Association, so I'm setting him up for success right from the beginning. Basically, you want your puppy to be excited about learning. You don't want training to be this nagging feeling, this nagging session where he has to do things. You want training to be a session where he gets to do things. Okay, last thing I wanted to cover, the thing that I do with my puppy. Again, I'm pretty obsessed about dog training. A lot of people are not. Some of you guys might be. And even if you're not, I strongly suggest you do this. What I do is I have a training log for my puppy. And I did this for Russ too, my adult dog. I had a training log for him. Now, I know it's tedious. I know it's extra work. But if you can at least keep a log for the first 6 months of their lives, it's very helpful. When I got Rust as a puppy, I did the same exact thing. Now with Rust, I had a log and I kept everything on there. If I did something new, I would put it on the log. If I wanted to do something, I would put it on the log. If I saw a reaction that was worth noting, I would write it down. If I saw something that kind of threw him off, or if I saw he had a bad experience, I would write it down. I wrote everything down on that log. And it really helped me out because it helped me keep track of his progress. And I did a lot of training with Rust, my adult dog. I never wanted to be in a training session where I was like, okay, what am I going to work on today? I never want to do that. I always want to have a plan, and I always want to log that progress. So that's just me. Again, most people are not like me. I'm very obsessed about this. So once the 6 months went by with Rust, then the log became less important, because by that time I had imprinted so many good habits and so many foundations had been set in place that it set him up for the rest of his adulthood. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this puppy. Is he's a clean slate right now. And so everything I'm doing with him, it's gotta get recorded. It's gotta get logged. Every reaction I see, it's gonna get logged. So I know it seems tedious and it's a lot of detail that probably most people don't care to record, but I'm a little bit obsessed with dog training. So to me, I have to just do this for me. But anyways, huge recommendation. I'm not the only one who does this, by the way. There are other people that keep logs, and it's helpful. So give it a try. And these are my tips for how to raise your puppy, whether it's a working puppy or just your pet puppy.